All of you are morons for coming to watch this show. And I don't care if you're offended by what I've just said. By choosing to watch this production, you've given up your freedom to be offended by what I'm saying. You don't believe me? Well, then leave right now. You can reclaim your rights to feel affronted at the door once you're outside this space. I'm serious. I'm telling you that if you spend the next 10 minutes in here, you're going to be wasting 10 minutes of your life. Especially when you could have spent that time a bit more fruitfully, like taking your equally bovine-looking companion to masquerade and appreciating those stupid pieces of pottery just around the corner. In the same way, you see cows savoring grass in a gourmet-like fashion. You'd like that, wouldn't you? So go! Walk out of this gallery while you still can! Anyone? No one? Good. So shut the fuck up and listen as I verbally abuse you. I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, that all of you are morons. And I've come to this conclusion because of the way you've chosen to spend your time. Costly, precious, irretrievable time to make your way down to this stupid art gallery in the middle of fuck knows where, to watch things you might not even comprehend. Because in some tiny corner of your monk's brain, you believe that a group of people whom you hardly know have written something of artistic value. Why have you put yourself through this inconvenience? Wait, let me guess. Maybe one or some of these artists are your friends and you want to support them. Or maybe they're friends of friends and your friends told you about them and asked you along with the hope that it might help enrich the Sahara Desert that is your cultural experience. Or maybe they're friends of friends of friends, which makes you a loser who has no artist friends. Regardless, all of you in the audience tonight share one thing in common. Can you guess what that is?
A moron.
Yes, that's right. Stupidity. Because, ladies and gentlemen, these people are frauds pretending to be artists. And since we're being honest here, let's call a spade for what it is. All artists are frauds. Think about it. These people who profess to be artists have written or sculpted or composed or created something based on some grand notion of theirs, like transgression or multiplicity. But no one really cares about this shit in real life. What we really care about is where our next meal is coming from, or how we can afford the roof above our heads, right? Right? But these artists, they're as persistent as insurance agents. They put up their works at a gallery or a museum or a theater. They print some flyers. They send out Facebook invites and text messages the day before the show opens. Then suddenly, voila. Because this so-called art has some semblance of performance ascribed to it, you believe that this art is something of intangible and indelible value. Where is the logic in that? Furthermore, your entire theatre-going or art-appreciating experience has been based solely on faith and belief alone. You go to plays or films without actually knowing whether the piece is really good, but you attend the event nevertheless, based on hearsay or some stupid review by equally stupid reviewers who've decided on a whim to leave halfway during a piece because they want to catch the last train home. Where is the logic in that? Worst of all, there is a school of thought to which I know one of you fuckers belongs to. Because I can see you from the corner of my eye, all tense and raring to jump up and tell me in this feeling voice of yours, as you gaze at me mournfully with puppy dog eyes, art has no logic? Fuck you lah! Where's the logic in that? Essentially, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is an entire industry that has been both dedicated to and based on fraudulent practices in order to cheat you out of the money that you make while being a cog in the well-oiled machinery called Singapore. And that is the price you pay for being a fool. Now, you might ask, who has given me the authority to pronounce this judgment on all of you? Or has this authority been bestowed upon me through the aggrandizing ability of self-styled posturing? And if so, doesn't that make me as fraudulent as one of these so-called artists? Realize, ladies and gentlemen, that in this world we live in, it is demand that creates supply. It is a demand for artifice from everyone the world over, which has helped this industry to thrive. And I know this because I was just like you. I went to plays, I attended film screenings, I browsed through MoMAs and Guggenheims the world over. I rubbed shoulders with the hoi oligoi of the arts and the art world. I stood around in circle jerks, talking to jerks who spoke in circles. I round-nosed with the best of them. And in turn, I allowed the best of them to figuratively fillet me for nobody's pleasure. But there was something deep inside of me that gnarled and gnawed at the bones of my soul. What was it? I did not know. I sought salvation in art because I had always believed in the sanctity of art. Like you, I believe that art had the ability to connect, to teach, to unite, and to heal in a gigantic group fuck of understanding and love. So, I thought, what better way to ameliorate myself than to immerse myself entirely in art? So, I wrote, I played, I performed. I placed my body and my brain on display to all and sundry. I always had something to say, even if I couldn't articulate it verbally or textually. I had so much to say that I became the annoying person who was always quoted in the 90-cent national broadsheet, giving my 2 cents on inconsequential issues about art and the arts in Singapore. But still that something, that chewing and biting inside of me would not go away. Instead, it sank its fangs deeper and deeper into my being until I could ignore it no longer. This something had a name, but my acquaintance with it didn't take place at the bottom of a paint can or between the lines of a song. I found it staring back at me as I stared into the mirror one morning, all haggard and pale after yet another fretful night of chasing after it in my dreams. When I finally came face to face with the bastard, it merely smiled and battered its eyelids at me. Who are you? I asked. It laughed. Why the hell are you troubling me? I asked. Oh, it said, gasping through its giggles. It is not I who has imposed. It is you who has brought this trouble upon yourself. Bullshit, I said. Tell me what you want or fuck off. At that, the monster started. It frowned and champed and reeled and glared and whipped me across the eyes with a stone steel stare, and it blared. I am the truth, and I am the way, and I am the lie that you have lain with all along. You will never ever be rid of me, even if 10,000 years come to pass. With a snarl, I grabbed the mirror with both hands and dashed it across the floor, shattering it into a cacophony of self-loathing. For every shard that looked up at me reflected the awful realization of who this beast really was. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the beast. We are the pigs who have partaken of the apple of Eden but refuse to come to terms with the emptiness of our existence. We are the swine who refuse to acknowledge the performances, like fig leaves, which we have devised to hide our shame and knowledge. Like this very performance here, which you, the almighty connoisseur of theatre and purveyor of fine arts, in all your perceived intellectual glory, have thought to be a meta-theatrical discourse utilizing a frame, within a frame technique, in order to alienate the audience from the performance for the purpose of making them question the reality they live in. No, asshole, I'm fucking faking it too, just like your wife. But don't lose hope, little one. It is not just art that is fraudulent. All of life is a fraud, a scam, a sham, a Ponzi scheme that we've chosen, by way of our birth, to participate in the hope that we make it out as fast as possible, with as much gain as possible, before this pyramid collapses under the weight of its own lies. And this is the truth that resides deep inside us all. It is a beast that has been buried 6 feet shallow and is all the time threatening to claw its way out and devour us alive. Right now, some of you are still sitting there denying all of this. Some of you, bless your precious souls, are even thinking of where to go after this performance. Maybe drinks at Holland V, or clubbing at St. James, where you will put on a performance of your own, telling stupid jokes and tapping your cigarette ash effectively and braying in laughter like a donkey's daughter. All done in exaggerated motions that you have been consciously rehearsing in your own head. This is the only life we know. It is how the human race carries on running. And don't just sit there staring at me like a stunned mullet, fuckface. You knew this all along too. It is religion. It is masturbation. It is sitting, standing, bursting into laughter at appropriate moments, then walking down the aisles to drink from the cup of amnesia and eat off the wafer of blitheness like the wankers you all are. It is enjoyment. It is rape. It is a distraction from the other distractions that distract us from our dear friend called the truth. A beast whom we've come to know and love, but whose name we still do not dare utter. It is mechanical reproduction. It is mechanical reproduction. It is the place where we go to be royally fucked with and screwed over again and again and again until the curtains close. Now enjoy the rest of the show, or at least pretend you like it.